What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm going to be testing out a foundation stick and a primer that I have not tried out before. It is the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer as well as the Sonia Kashuk stick foundation, and this is actually my first stick foundation. I haven't really ventured into stick foundations. I'm more of like the liquid foundation kind of girl, but you know what, I wanted to give this guy a try and see how I like it, and I guess let's just do this. I have already moisturized, so I'm going to dip into the primer. I'm just going to squeeze a little pump onto my fingers and just distribute it around like my pored areas, so mainly around my nose, my cheeks, and then whatever's left I'm going to put on my forehead and my chin. It does have like a silicone like base to it. Overall it's very hydrating. It goes on smoothly. I don't think I did a full pump. It just distributed all throughout my whole face and I didn't have any problems with that. Like, it pretty much covered up the pores that I do have around this area. On my nose, it looks like it kind of filled them in, but they didn't really get blurred out. So we'll see how it looks with the foundation. So I'm going to start off with color correcting my under eyes. I do this every single foundation routine. My go-to is the NYX Dark Circle Color Corrector Concealer. It is more of like a salmon shade, and that helps any of the like blues and purples. It like neutralizes those colors. So I'm just gonna stick that underneath the under eye. Do you see the difference like from this eye and that eye? I'm not really blending it out because I'm going to blend it out when I put my foundation on, but I'm using my ring finger because that applies the least amount of pressure. Now with the foundation stick, this one is in the shade 17 Caramel. I'm just gonna start applying around like my cheek area, go down the nose, forehead, chin, and do like a couple stripes down the neck, because I usually like to blend it down the neck. It's very important to blend down the neck so you don't have this like two-tone mask going on, because you already know that ain't cute. And this is the e.l.f. flat top powder brush, but I like to use it for blending out liquid foundation, so I'm going to see how this blends out the stick foundation. I'm going to put some more on because I haven't touched the under eyes yet. So now I'm just going to directly put that underneath the under eyes. It's blending out so nicely, very evenly. The coverage is more of a light to medium, and it's super dewy looking. Like, super dewy looking. I don't feel like I get this dewy with liquid foundation at all. I'm not bashing it. I actually really like the dewy look. It makes my skin look very fresh. Interesting. I like it. I like the shade. It blends really nicely with my skin. It really has this dewy finish. It doesn't feel heavy at all, which I was kind of concerned about it being a stick foundation. Since they are mainly like a cream base foundation, they tend to get a little bit heavier. It doesn't feel heavy on, so I'm just going to quickly put on my liquid highlight. I'm going to set my highlighted areas, and then I'll come back and set the powder and show you guys how the powder sets, and we'll just go from there. I am back. Might look a little bit crazy because I've just like quickly highlighted and then set the highlighted areas. And now I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Wet n Wild pressed powder. This one is in the shade Golden Tan. It's a very, very good setting powder. It's super, super soft. It makes your skin look very flawless, very velvety. So this is what we are going to set our face with. We're just using the Morphe MB1 brush. It's a super big, nice, fluffy powder brush. Let's go in. I do go over some of the highlighted areas just so it blends in. It doesn't look super harsh because this looks kind of harsh right now. That looks way better. And I'm just going to quickly mention that it was really easy to highlight. I blent out my highlight with a sponge. That went very, very smoothly. Setting the highlighted areas were very, very smooth. And as you can see, setting the foundation, it took the foundation nicely. And you can still see that like glow. Usually when I put a powder on, the glowy, dewy finish kind of tends to kind of disappear, but you can still see it, and I really like that. Now I'm just going to quickly do the rest of my makeup, and I'll come back and let you guys know what I think. I just completed my whole face, and the foundation is looking really good. It looks so nice on my skin. The coverage is still more of like a medium coverage. I have a vein right here that comes through, and I kind of judge my coverage of foundation that I'm wearing with how much I can see that vein. I mean, I set it with a powder, but you can still kind of see a little bit. It's very, very, very faint right now, but before I set it, it was still there. You could totally see it. And I still feel like it has like that dewy feel to it. I feel like my foundation and my makeup overall just looks very fresh, and I'm feeling the look. I'm feeling the foundation so far, and I'm going to wear this throughout the whole day. I kind of started very, very late, so it's like 4:30 right now. I'm about to take my daughter to jiu-jitsu. I think we're probably gonna grab some dinner, run some errands, and I will check back in at the end of the night. It's a Friday, so we usually just kind of do whatever on a Friday night since it is the start of the weekend. And I may check back in pretty late, so I'll get a good amount of wear is what I'm saying. I'll zoom you guys in so you guys can take a closer look of it. It is 11:45 right now, so I've had my makeup on a little over 7 hours, so that's about like a day's worth of makeup, and as you can see, it is still on. I went out, ran some errands, took my daughter to jiu-jitsu, and I myself got a quick workout in. I definitely broke a sweat. I wanted to kind of test the makeup and see how the foundation would hold, because I knew I was going to get sweaty, which I did get sweaty. I did get a lot of like sweat beading on my nose. I can kind of tell that it did break up the foundation a little bit. I'll go ahead and zoom in just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But you can kind of see around like my pore area, just like right at the tip of my nose, the foundation kind of broke up a little bit. It isn't, but I can say it isn't super noticeable. I have had worse where it actually kind of removed all of my highlight and all the foundation just kind of moved around, disappeared, and it was a hot mess. My smile lines have foundation like creasing around that area. I guess that's the price you pay when you smile a lot. Other than that, the foundation overall has held up pretty nicely. Every time I looked at myself in the mirror, I felt like I was like glowing. You know, it wasn't just like the highlight that was making me glow. I felt like my whole face was glowing. I feel like I still had a super dewy finish, and I really, really like how the foundation looked on my skin. As far as the primer goes, I definitely will be playing with this as well. I'm probably not going to use as much as I did this first time around. I'll probably use like even half of that just to kind of gauge and see how much of the primer do I really need. I totally like the fact that it is a hydrating primer. This would be great for dry skin especially, and normal skin can pretty much pull this primer off as well. I'm like normal for the most part. I think I'm gonna try using this primer with like my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, because that is more of like a mattifying primer, and see how that combo together does work. I would definitely give the foundation a try and see if it works out for you. This would be great for, like I said, dry skin, normal skin. If your skin is more oily prone, then I would definitely not suggest this foundation, just because it does break up once the oils do come through, and maybe even combination skin. This is something that you might have to play with and see if this foundation works for you. I got both of these products at Target, and I don't think I mentioned the prices for these two products in the beginning of the video, so I do want to let you guys know that the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer is $6 and the foundation retailed for $10.99. But yeah, I guess that is that for this video. I really enjoyed dipping into a stick foundation. This has definitely opened up another like door of curiosity when it comes to foundations. I definitely want to try out another, maybe more of a mattifying foundation, and seeing how I like that. If you guys have any questions, then just comment down below. Let me know what's up. Let me know if there's any other reviews or videos that you guys want to see. Like this video if you found it helpful, and please subscribe to my channel. About to knock over everything over here. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would greatly appreciate that as well. I will list my Twitter, my Facebook page, my Instagram, my Snapchat, and my blogging channel all around this area, so definitely go check that out, and I will have all the links down below as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.